for the discussion. So, Hari Om, please hand over to Shamala garu. Thank you, Shamala garu. Hari Om.
Om Arunam Karunatarangitaakshim Dhrutapashankushapushpabana-chapam Animadibhiravrutam Ayukhaihi Ahamityeva vibhavaye bhavanim Dhyayet padmasanastham vikasitavadanam padmapatrayataakshim Hemabham pitavastram karakalitalasadhema padmambarangim Sarvalankarayuktam satatamabhayadam bhaktanamram bhavanim Sarvavanim Om Sri Matre Namaha Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Hari Om, everybody. After a break, everybody, and then okay, we are doing. We finished Saguna Brahma Upasana, mother's form, and then mother's lokam, where mother resides. Manidvipam, we saw that one as a Lahari's sections we are seeing, and then Panchadashi mantra. I'm just recapping because we got a big break. And then we saw the Nirguna Swarupam, that also we saw through Namas. And then Prabha Vidya, we have finished that. And Shivaduti Vidya, 22nd Lahari, we finished that. Now we are entering into 23rd Lahari, that is called Gayatri Vidya. Some commentators say this Gayatri is also in Shivaduti Vidya, but we can take it as a separate section too. There is nothing, it's okay to say it. So now Gayatri Vidya, that is the 23rd Lahari. All 1000 namas we are taking like a group, like a bunch of grapes. Each nama is like a grape filled with juice, filled with sweetness. All that, but we are not through namas taking a bunch and swallowing it, and they are taking that divine nectar. So that way all our 72,000 nadis will be immersed in that nectar, amrutam. That is what our goal is. So today we are going to enter into Gayatri Vidya, that shlokas from 90 to 96 shlokas. We will chant, you can keep on mute. Chichaktischetana rupa jada shaktir jadatmika Gayatri vyahruti sandhya dvija brundani shevita Tatvasana tatvamayi panchakoshantarastita Nissima mahima nitya yavvana madashalini Madaghurnita raktakshi madapatala gandabhuhu Chandanadrava digdhangi champeya kusuma priya Kushala komala akara kurukulla kuleshwari Kula kundala ya kaula marga tatpara sevita Kumaragana nadhamba tushtir pushtir matir dhrutihi Shanti swasti mati kantir nandini vignanashini Jovati trinayana lolakshi kamarupini Malini hamsini mata malaya chalavasini Sumukhi nalini subhru shobhana suranayika Kalakanthi kantimati kshobhini sukshmarupini. Up to that is Gayatri Vidya. This one we might take in 2 sessions because this is the most powerful and most famous Gayatri mantra we are doing this week and next week. So we'll take in 2 sessions this Lahari. Now, first 90th shloka. Chichaktischetana rupa jada shaktir jadatmikam. Chichakti is Chichaktihi, that is one namam. 416th namam. 417th namam is Chetana Rupa. 418th namam is Jada Shaktihi. 419th namam Jadatmika. All 4 namas, 98th shloka, first line we are going to see together. Then only we understand the whole thing beautifully. Now let us see. Chichaktihi Chetana Rupa. Chichaktihi means the consciousness, all pervading consciousness. The Vedantin call as Brahman or Parabrahma Paramatma. Whatever we call, that is attributeless, nameless, formless. Nirakara Nirguna Tattvam. That is what our goal to attain. That is called Chit-Shaktihi. That Chit-Shaktihi made into two folds. One is Chetana Rupa. Chit-Shakti is Chetana Rupa. Another Shakti is Jada Shakti, Jadatmika. So let us see what it is. Chetana Rupa means movement. All of us are moving, including insects, birds, animals, human beings. Why? Because of the Chit-Shakti, the consciousness, because of Mother. Lalita Parabhattarika is in and through in each and every one of us. That is the Chit-Shakti Chetana Rupa. Then that Shakti, Jada Shakti, means inert, Jadam. But that is also Shakti, Jadatmika. Means that Jadam is rocks. We think they are not moving, but there is a mother's power in them. That is Jada Shakti. And then anywhere, let us say, for example, even in the world, non-moving Jada Shakti is the road. Moving ones is Chetana Rupa is the cars. One is moving, one is non-moving. That substratum, that Jada Shakti is that. Both of them are together in the universe. That Chit-Shakti, that consciousness into twofold. That is what Chetana Rupa and Jada Shakti, Jadatmika. And for example, let us say in us, then we can understand better. In us also, some things has to move, some things has to be non-moving. That is Jada Shakti. Who is doing? Mother, that Chit-Shakti is doing. Pranam, that life force, has to move. Otherwise, they will put it away, this body, all of us know. And then blood has to flow. Otherwise, we get blood clots, all of us know. And then the bones has to stay at one place. Let us say if the bone is hanging, what do we say? Fractured, we run to doctor. So that is a Jada Shakti is holding all those at the right place at the right time. So some of them has to move, some of them has to stay in their place. That is what Chit-Shakti's Chetana Rupa Jada Shakti Jadatmika means. And then even in like Vishnu Sahasranamam is also, we say Ishana Prana Da Pranaha. Even this life force, Prana Shakti is the substratum. That Chit-Shakti is the cause for our holding power is the Chit-Shakti. That's what we chant in Vishnu Sahasranamam. So now you got the whole point. So whole universe is like that. Some are moving, some are not moving. Rivers are moving, mountains are Jada Shakti, holding at one place. So that is what Shankaracharya says, Chit Jada Grandhi. Like we have a knot on the heart. That is Chit, consciousness, and all these matter. We put it together. Even body is a matter too. That is Vedantin's subject. It is moving because of the Chit-Shakti. It became Chetana, Chetana Rupa, moving. So the substratum of the whole universe is Chit-Shakti. That is the consciousness, that is nothing but mother. That's why Ishavasya Upanishad also says, Tat ejati, tat nejati. Tad dure, tad vantike. That moves and not moving. Both is that. Na ejati. Because it's everywhere. Supporting everything. That Grandhi is like a knot of the heart. Like, for example, we are seeing the world like a bisibelava. What do? We mix all the vegetables and cook bisibelava. That means we are seeing everything Chit and Jada together. mixed up. That's why the Chikshaktis Chetana Rupa, Jadashaktir Jadatmika. Our goal is to see that Shakti, that consciousness. But now, how do we see? How do we know? Through power of Gayatri Mata. The power, blessings from Gayatri Mata. That is what 420th Namam, Gayatri Vyahruti Sandhya Dvijabrunda Nishedita. We will take up one Namam at a time, but they are all kind of interrelated too. 420th Namam is Gayatri, 421 Namam is Vyahruti, 422 Namam is Sandhya, 423 is Dvijabrunda Nishevita. So that is the 90th shloka. Today we will take up only one shloka, all these namas. That way we'll cover at least a little bit of Gayatri mantra and Gayatri Devata. Before I proceed, I am not teaching you the mantra here, because to learn mantra, you need a guru. You need an initiation from guru. That's why even when they do Upanayana ceremony, thread ceremony, their father will be the guru. The father teaches the son. So that's how they receive that mantra. Or from guru, you can get it. What we are going to see is understanding of the meaning of the Gayatri mantra. And then the significance of Gayatri mantra, Gayatri Devata. That is what we are going to see. So please remember, I am not teaching how to chant mantra. That needs to get it from directly from the guru, because it is very powerful and very ancient. Energy has to get it from higher sources. But when we understand, we can meditate on Gayatri Swarupam. That is the beauty of this. So now let us see Gayatri. Usually we are all familiar with Gayatri. As soon as we say Gayatri mantra, that mantra portion comes to our mind. But actually it is Chandas, means meter. Gayatri meter. We have so many meters. Anushtup Chandas, Trishtup Chandas, Jagati Chandas. Like that, we have so many meters. Anushtup Chandas is Vishnu Sahasranama, Lalita Sahasranamam. Now, all the Devis are learning Devi Mahatmyam, Chandi Saptashati are. That is in Gayatri Chandas. So that is the Chandas, but normally known as mantra. Now, what is mantra? Mananat trayate iti mantraha. Means whoever does the meditation or whoever does the is thinking about it, to them, mother protects them. Trayate means protects. Mananat trayate iti mantraha. That is the mantra meaning. Any mantra. Even Sri Matre Namaha could be a mantra. Anything. Ramaya, Rama, Sri Rama, Sri Krishna is a mantra. When we chant, then that Adhishtana Devata will protect us. That's what mantra means. And now Gayatri, our scriptures have given two meanings, etymologies. Let us see one at a time. First one is Gayan Trayate iti Gayatri. Gayan means pranan. Pranan means life force. Whoever chants or whoever meditates, that is the reason we are taking the meaning. Then you can meditate on this meaning. Whoever does the meditation, that Gayatri Mata, Adhishtana Devata will protect them. Protect the life force, energy, life energy will be protected. They will become energized, recharged, reboosted. That's what Gayan Trayate iti Gayatri. Next to second one is Gataram Trayate iti Gayatri. Gataram means singing. Usually, when do we sing? When we are happy, when we are relaxed, when we are in the bathroom, nicely we sing songs, isn't it? So that's why Gatara means with devotion, with respect, with faith. Whoever chants this mantra happily, with taking with the rules and regulations after bath, happily, whoever chants, to them, Gataram Trayate means protects iti Gayatri. Mainly, whoever do japa or whoever chant or whoever do the meditation, mother will protect their pranas, mother will protect them all over in physical level, mental level, intellectual level, and spiritual level and psychological level. All levels, mother will protect them. That is what two meanings we have seen. Whenever we say mantra, we say Rushi. Rushi means seer. And we say mantra has 6 parts. Rushi, Chandasu, Devata, Bijam, Kilakam. Like that we see. Rushi is the Vishwamitra Rushi, seer. In his meditation, he saw mother, that a mantra revealed to her, Gayatri Mata revealed to her, herself to him, Vishwamitra Maharshi. Vishwamitra means Vishwasya Mitra. He is the friend for the whole universe, whole world. But we think Vishwamitra means he's an angry Rishi. We get the wrong understanding. But Vishwasya Mitra, Vishwamitra, he is the seer of the Gayatri Mantram. There is a story, but I may not have time to explain to that story. We will see a beautiful story. Maybe next week I will take up, let us see. But now I will concentrate on Gayatri mantra and the Rupam and all that. So Rushi is the Vishwamitra. Devata is Savita Devata. Savita means nothing but Gayatri Devata, means cause for the whole universe. That is why we say Prasuti ward, delivery ward. Example, Prasuti ward we say, but delivery ward. That Prasuti means that delivery means the cause for the whole universe. That is the Gayatri Devata, Savita Devata. Bijam is Yam Bijam. Shaktihi is Im Shaktihi. Kilakam is Nam, not Na. Tata, the Papa Pamayar, Shasha Sahar Na, it comes at the end, Nam. Gayatri Chandas. Meter is Gayatri. That is what, even when we chant Bhagavad Gita, Vishnu Sahasranam, Lalita Sahasranam, all of them, we see these Devatas, all these. So that's what we have seen now. What is, we all know, Rushi, Devata, Bijam, Shakti, Kilakam, Chandas. We saw all that. Now this mantra has to be learned from Guru and used in right way, at the right purpose. Then we get the right results. If we use for wrong purpose and wrong reasons, we get the wrong results too. That is what it is very, very important. So now this Gayatri mantra is also Sarva Devata Swarupini. She is Veda Mata. Sarva Deva, all Devatas put together is Gayatri Mata. Sarva Roga Nivarini, removes all our diseases, physical, mental, intellectual, any level. All of them will be removed when we meditate on her. Sarva Dukkha Apaharini, all the afflictions, sorrows, difficulties, depression, everything will be gone. And then Sarva Vancha Phaladaini, whatever we ask will be bestowed. She blesses us with whatever we desire. This physical plane, she will bless us with good health, wealth, children's progeny, anything. or higher level, Svargaloka, whatever that she will bestow. Or I don't want any lokas, I want only moksham, liberation. Gayatri Mata will bless us with liberation. So that is what the results of this one. And now we chant like this: Om Bhur Bhuvasavaha Tatsa Viturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Gayatri mantra has 3 padas, 3 lines. Pada means lines. And then each line has 8 letters. That is why Anushtup Chandas has that 8 letters. Chandas, that is what meter is. 8 letters in each padam line. 8 into 3, 24 letters in Gayatri mantra. Commentators say Valmiki Ramayanam 24,000 shlokas is each 1,000 is 1 letter. The 24,000 when we chant the shlokas is equivalent of chanting Gayatri mantra. So that is how the commentators are, great Mahatmas say. So 24,000 shlokas in Ramayana. Now Om, we are seeing the meaning now. Om means symbol for Parabrahma Paramatma. Om itself is one mantra. That's why we chant remembering Paramatma, we say Om for everything. Olden days, remembering Paramatma or doing any action or deeds, they used to say Om Tat Sat. That comes in Bhagavad Gita. Om Tat Sat iti nirdeshaha. Anything yajnas, they used to use, I want this, I need this. They won't use those words. They say Om, Om, Om. Then they used to communicate that way. So that's Om is symbol for Parabrahma Paramatma. Om Chekaksharam Brahma. That is what Parabrahma Paramatma. Now, Bhuhu Bhuvaha Suvaha. That is not in mantra portion yet. Mantra portion starts from from that onwards. But then what are these? Bhuhu Bhuvaha Suvaha are called Vyahruti. That is what Gayatri, Vyahruti. Over there, when that Namam comes, I will elaborate a little more. Now let us see. Bhuhu means wherever we are staying, this material field, material experiences, whatever we get, wherever we are living, that is called Bhu. Bhuvaha means Antariksham, means inner space, between space. Suvaha means the divine space, Svargaloka, we can say Svargaloka, where all gods are residing. That is called Suvaha. These 3 are called Vyahruti. And some other Gayatris are there, they add a longer version. I'm just giving you this point, that's all. That they add Mahaha, Janaha, Tapaha, Satyam. All other 4 words too. Then it becomes 7-letter Vyahrutis. 7 letters, 3 planes of existence. Now we saw that becomes 7 planes of existence. That is nothing but 7 chakras in our body. Mooladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipura, Anahata, Vishuddhi, Ajna Chakram, Sahasrara. They are nothing but all those. And this one is mentioned in Taittiriya Upanishad, Taittiriya Aranyakam in Yajurvedam. Talks about this 7 fields of existence. Okay, but most commonly used is Bhuhu, Bhuvaha, Suvaha. 3 planes of existence. They are called Vyahruti. We are not at the mantram portion yet. Now we are, and Lokaha, I'm using, we hear that word a lot. What is Lokaha means? Root is Lochana. Means that which we see. That which we see is Lokaha. Earth, in this, wherever we are living, we see the world. we see think about it. Through mind, we see Swargaloka. We can visualize. We may not see with our charma chakshu, with the naked eye, but we can visualize. We can go to Manidvipam, to Mother's Lokam. We can go to Vaikuntha Lokam. That's why we need these meanings and understanding. Then when we meditate, we can go. Golokam, Krishna Vrindavan, we can go. Kailas, we can go in our meditation while alive. That is Salokya Mukti. And stay near Shiva Bhagavan, Vishnu Bhagavan, our mother. That is Samipya Mukti in our meditation. While sitting in a prayer room, first step, second step, even while we are walking, talking, we can visualize. That is why when we do Manidvipa Varnana elaborately, we know how the 24 avaranas are there. That is why we need the meaning and understanding. Then bhavana, that experience comes. That is why Bhavani Bhavana Gamya, Bhakti Priya, Bhakti Vashya. Through devotion, we can attain Gayatri Mata. Now, we are entering into mantra portion. Whole thing we chant as mantra, but actual mantra starts from here. Tat. Tat means that. That's why we say Tattvamasi Mahavakyam. Tat means that, Tvam means thou, Asi means art. Tattvamasi, you are that. That's what Guru teaches to the disciple. You are nothing but Parambrahma Paramatma. We may know, we may not know, we may understand, we may not understand, but that's what who we are. That is Tat. That Tat, there is no female or male, all pervading Tat. No gender. But when we say gender, for female gods, Devis, we use the word Sa. Sa Varnihi, Suryatanaya. That's how Devi Mahatmyam starts. Sa means talking about Sa Ame, that powerful mother. That is a female portion, Devis. For male, we use the word Saha. For Vishnu Bhagavan, Rama Bhagavan, or Krishna Bhagavan, Saha. But for Tat, there is no gender. That's why that is used, all pervading. And then what Tat is, how is that Tat? Bhargaha. Bhargaha means brilliance. All pervading Tat is Bhargaha. Bhargaha means brilliance, radiance. Like Tejas, I can see the reflection as though mother is showing like a brilliance, and 5 faces, Gayatri Mata. Imagine, visualize that the brilliance takes up a form, it will be like that. That is what we will see. Gayatri Mata's Murti will be like that. We cannot meditate on that brilliance because our mind is not purified yet. We need a form. Mind needs support. That is called Saguna Brahma Upasana. That Murti, Gayatri Murti, brilliance takes up the form with the 5 faces. And now that brilliance, Dhimahi means I'm meditating. We are meditating. Meditating on all pervading. That Bhargaha means that light, brilliance. And then who is that brilliance, that Devata? Devata is Savita Devata. Om Tat Savituhu Anam. Savituhu means Savita Devata, that source. Savita means that source for everything, cause for everything. That is, that brilliance is, how is it? Varenyam means Sreshtam, means very powerful, very charged, energized brilliance. That's what I'm meditating. We are meditating. That is what Tat Savituhu Varenyam Vargaha Devasya. That Devata, Dhimahi means I'm meditating. And then why am I meditating? Dhiyaha Yaha Naha Prachodayat. Dhiyaha means our intellect, buddhi. Yaha means who, naha means to us, all of us, whoever meditates. Naha to us, prachodayat. Prachodayat means to illumine our intellect, make it bright, or propel the intellect, drive the intellect, and inspire the intellect. That is what we are praying to Gayatri Mata. That is what we are meditating, O Mother. So that's the meaning of it. So now let me go through the meaning one more time. What are we meditating? We are meditating on Gayatri Devata, which is full of effulgence, full of brilliance, Paramjyoti Swarupam. Why are we meditating? To illumine our intellect, to propel our intellect, to drive our intellect, prachodayat, dhiyo yona prachodayat. Why do we need that buddhi? Because as long as we are in the mind level, it oscillates. Sankalpa vikalpatmakaha manaha. It oscillates. Should I cook? Example. Should I cook eggplant or okra? No decision is made. Thinking going on since morning. Should I go to shopping or satsang? Thinking. Karunaji put the message. Should I go there or this? And then should I eat or not? Sweet or not eat? All this is oscillation. As long as we are in manaha, mind level, everything oscillates. Everything is moving. No decision is done. That's why this knowledge has to go from mind to intellect, buddhi. Buddhi is nischayatmika buddhi. When it is in buddhi or intellect, then what happens is decision is done. Anywhere, to open a business, we need the decision. To study or not, we need to make the decision. To pursue in this field, spiritual field, we need to make the decision. Buddhi, knowledge has to take place in buddhi. That is very, very important. That is why buddhi has to be driven by mother. Usually buddhi is karmanusarini, follows the karma actions for normal, common people. That is why whatever I felt like I'm doing. Whatever I felt like eating, I'm eating. Whatever I want to spend, I'm spending. Whatever I want to drive, wherever I want to go, I felt like I'm doing. That is impulsive behavior. But when mother drives our mind, our intellect, our buddhi, then it takes us to mother. Because she puts us in the right path, because she is the driver for our life now. Like Parthasarathi, for how Arjuna is nothing but all of us, each one of us. He held on to Bhagavan Paramatma. He became a Parthasarathi. Now we are holding on to the Gayatri Mata. That is why this is not only mantra, this is a prayer, prarthana. We are asking mother, please illumine our intellect. Dhiyo yonaha prachodayat. That's what we are asking. Even Ishavasya Upanishad, it comes beautifully. That seeker says, I'm not an ordinary seeker. I came up to Surya Loka, Hiranmayena Patrena, Satyasyapi hitam mukham, Sattvam Pushan Apavrunu, Satya Dharmaya Drishtaye. That he asked Surya Bhagavan. I came all the way up to there. Your brilliance is obstructing me. I'm not able to that Parabrahma, Paramatma Lokam, that world, Parantama Lokam. Please, can you remove that brilliance so then I can travel, I can unite with the Parabrahma. That is the prayer, beautiful prayer in Ishavasya Upanishad. Same way, we are here asking Mother to bless us. And now, before I mentioned Tejas, Tejas for Pratyaksha Daivam, we can see that in Surya Bhagavan. That is what Savita Devata is also one name for Surya Bhagavan. That illuminating Surya Bhagavan is nothing but Gayatri Devata. That is why they do Arghya Pradhanam to Surya Bhagavan. That is why Sandhya Namam is there. Gayatri, Jakuti, Sandhya. When do we do this? Sandhya means time, intersecting time. 3 Sandhyas we have. Morning, afternoon, and evening. That is what Sandhyas. 3 Sandhya. We meditate on Gayatri Devi. Even Ramachandra Bhagavan used to do, Krishna Bhagavan used to do. And then even Rakshasas were doing too, demons, and Ravanasura used to do Sandhya Vandanam regularly. That is why that Shivalinga comes, right? Atmalingam. That is also another story. I'm not getting into that. Vinayaka, he's doing Arghya Pradhanam. Lord Vinayaka says, I cannot hold this Shivalingam, Shiva's Atmalingam. I'm putting down, come fast. While he was coming, he puts it down near the Rameshwaram. That is why that is Atmalingam brought from Kailasa by Ravanasura. But that's how the story goes. But anyway, so that's why we need Sandhya Kalam, we meditate. Sandhya time, I will elaborate a little more when that name comes. That is why these are all connected. And then this Gayatri is also in 3 forms. Gayatri, Savitri, and Saraswati. Morning, afternoon, and evening. Gayatri is the protecting our senses, our physical body, mind, intellect, and pranas, all levels. Then they all become purified for us to prepare, meditate. And then Savitri is the illuminating power, Prakasha Swarupam. Saraswati is the Vak Swarupam. So that is why Gayatri, Savitri, Saraswati. All levels we need purification. And then Gayatri is also Prakata Gayatri, Gupta Gayatri. This is a little bit technical. Prakata Gayatri means all we chant the 24 syllable Gayatri mantra. Very famous, very powerful. Gupta Gayatri means according to Sri Vidya, Panchadashi Maha Mantra, 15 letters mantra, Shodasi, 16 letter mantra, and then Bala mantra, that is 9 letter mantra. For Sri Vidya Upasakas means whoever meditating mother. So this is types of Gayatris. And then when we meditate, 5-fold faculty get purified. They are, first one is Dhihi, and Medha, Prajna, Dhruti, Smruti. Now let us see what is Dhihi, means spiritual heart that gets purified. Now it is only heart. When it's purified, it becomes a spiritual heart that is inclusive of everything, inclusive of everyone. There is no separation, there is no division between her or him. Everything is inclusive. That is, then it opens up. That is Dhihi. Next one is Medha. Medha means higher intellect will open up to receive the knowledge, to experience mother. Means not of the hearts will be diluted. Prajna means higher intellect will open up. Dhruti means a firmness for higher pursuit, to know about mother. Smruti means great remembrance. Then we remember the knowledge. We remember the meaning. And it comes to us at the right time, at the right knowledge comes to us. That is called great memory, Smruti. All this 5-fold faculty will open up when we meditate on Gayatri Mata. So each Devata or Devi has Gayatri. That is for, because we are doing for Chinmay Ramalaya, let us see for Anjaneya. Anjaneyaya Vidmahe Vayuputraya Dhimahi Tanno Hanuman Prachodayat. That's what we chant. I know you are son of Anjana Devi and you are son of Vayuputra. Oh Hanuman, may you illumine, drive my intellect. That is what the prayer for Anjaneya devotees. Let us say if you are Durga devotees, Katyayanaya vidmahe Kanya Kumari dhimahi Tanno Durgi prachodayat. We are asking Durga Devi. For Lakshmi Devi, Mahadevyai cha vidmahe Vishnu patnai cha dhimahi Tanno Lakshmi prachodayat. I know you are wife of Lord Vishnu. May you drive, may you inspire, may you illumine my intellect so I can pursue in this path. I can move forward in this path. So that's what each Devi, Devatas have Gayatri. That's what I'm just giving you the glimpses. So that's this is for Anjaneya, Durga Devi and Lakshmi Devi. Basically, we are asking them, because Buddhi is the most important in our faculty. And then now it gives us inner stability, peace of mind, serene mind, purified mind, remove all difficulties, concentration it gives. And this is what this one. But Tejas, now I'm coming to the Murti form. We saw the mantram elaborately, the meaning, and then the results, what do we get? And now on the Tejas, that brilliance, Nirakara Tattvam, attributeless, formless, nameless, that brilliance, we may not be able to meditate. That Nirguna Parabrahma Paramatma Tattvam. But then what is the solution? This is where that Tejas took the form like this Panchamukha Gayatri. Now we are going to see the mother's Swarupam. This is called Saguna Brahma Upasana. That is why whenever you see that picture, once you know the meaning, that thought comes to us. Oh, I'm seeing Panchamukha Gayatri Devi. Panchamukha Anjaneya Swami is also there. Whenever, if we ever do Hanuman Chalisa, we can talk about that. Panchamukha Gayatri. Now let us see, her form has 5 faces, 10 hands, Trinetram, 3 eyes. All of this we are going to see. First 5 faces is the representation of 5 elements, Pancha Bhutas. Akasham, Vayuvu, Agni, Jalam, Prithvi. Means space, air, fire, water and earth. 5 faces, representation of that. Prapancham, we say, for the world. Prakrishtena Pancha. Pancha means 5. Filled with all these 5 means we are seeing nothing but Gayatri Mata. The thought has to come to us. Whatever we see, whomever we see, is nothing but Gayatri Mata. So that is the representation, 5 faces for that. And some people say Gayatri Mantra is a 5-fold. They divide into 5 lines and say that 5 lines are for 5 faces. That interpretation is also there. I will mention that also. In case if you ever hear that on YouTube or anywhere else, you will know. Om is the first line, according to them. And then Bhu Bhur Bhuvaha Vyahrutis, that is the second line, that is the second phase of the mother. Then Tatsa Viturvarenim, that is the third line, that is the third phase. Bhargo, like that, Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi, 4, 5. 5 lines, representation of 5 faces, divided into 5 lines. That's all. That is the, then 10 hands, representation of 10 directions. Most of us know 4 directions, east, west, north, south. But we still have Ishanya, Vayuvya, Agneya, Nairuti. Means northeast corner, southeast corner, and then southwest, and like that, 4 corners. 4 directions, south, east, west, north, and 4 corners. Then it became 8, plus up, up and down. We show Bhagavan Tat, we say up, down, we say, you know. So that is what it became 8 plus 2, 10 directions. That is what 10 hands representation of. And then Trinetram, 3 eyes, representation of 3 kalas, 3 sandhyas, morning, afternoon, evening. We need to worship Mother. We need to think about Mother. Another important message for all seekers like us is, whatever you take name, Sri Matre Namaha or Ram, Sri Rama or Sri Krishna, any name, Anjaneya, that becomes Gayatri. And that is sun. That is the most important. It could be any god that comes to us. So don't think I don't have that Gayatri mantra, or there is a controversy. Only some sects has to take this Upanayana Samskara, or some people. Anything can be Gayatri, but timing is important. Morning, afternoon, and evening. At least we can think about her wherever we are. That is the most important for the seekers. And then she has on 10 hands, she has Shankam and Chakram. Chakram means this one is the light energy. Chakram is representation of Kanti Shakti, light energy. Whatever light we see is nothing but Gayatri Mata. And Shankam is representation of sound energy, Shabda Shakti. Whatever we hear, nothing but Gayatri Matas coming from Gayatri Mata. So that is a Shankam, Chakram. And then she holds the pot, Anna Patra, means Amrita Patra, otherwise one pot. That is for Anna Pradayini, means give of food. That's what Dharmaraja, it comes in Bharata, Mahabharatam. Dharmaraja prayed to Surya Bhagavan in this Gayatri form, and Surya Bhagavan gave him this Akshaya Patra. When there is no decay, whatever the rice or anything you have in there, there is no decay. It will be in plenty. That is called Kshaya, means decay, Akshaya means not decay. So they will have plenty of food always. That is Akshaya Patra. That's why Draupadi Devi could serve all the sages and great Mahatmas when they were in forest. So that's what that got from Surya Bhagavan. That Annam, again another portion is Surya Bhagavan is Annapradayam, food. Not only giver of food, everybody is sustaining all of us through the food alone. That food comes from Surya Bhagavan. Life force, life energy, everybody gets awakened, including insects, birds, animals, human beings, will be awakened. This Gayatri mantra is for awakening purpose. And then food, eyes, whatever we see, that is the eyes for food. Whatever we hear, that is the food for ears. That is why we need to hear Bhadram Karne Vishruniyama Devaha. Bhadram, auspiciousness only we need to hear. Whatever we intake through speech, whatever, that is the food for the tongue. See, that's, not only food, annam, whatever we eat, not only grains, whatever we hear, whatever we see, whatever we touch, everything is the food for that sense organ. So that is representation of Anna Patra she is holding. And then she is holding Pasham and Ankusham. Pasham is when we go away from the sadhana point, she will brings us back using that rope, brings us back. Otherwise, if we want to stay in this world, enjoy this Vishayabhilasha, means hearing to all this, that, all the serials or whatever it is, she will say, go ahead. She will keep us there only. And then like that, 10 hands, she holds 10 ayudhas. Trident she is holding, That is also to make sure we are in the right path. And whoever bothers us, whoever disturbing in our sadhana, make sure they will be removed from our path without much disturbance. She makes sure, Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat, she is driving us now. She is our Pardhasaradi now. So that is why the symbolization of that form. Meditation, we saw the form now. Means that's why our thought, deeds, and then prana shakti, three get purified. Thoughts is the representation of Ruk Vedam. That is three syllables and Trinetram. And deeds is a representation of Yajus, because Veda Mata, all the Vedas came from mother. And Pranam, life force, is the Sama Vedam. All of them put together is Adharvana Vedam. And then our life force, that Prana Shakti, is also Gayatri Devi. We already saw that elaborately. So basically, mainly I covered whatever the Gayatri Mata is. I will recap whatever it is. First, Gayatri Mata is Veda Mata. This is a Chandas, but mainly it is the Chandas means meter, but very famously most of them know as Gayatri Mantra, means which protects us. Whoever meditates, she will protect, or thinking about her. Then she protects our Prana Shakti, means life energy. But that is that brilliance, Varenyam Bhargaha. That brilliance is all pervading, no form, no attributes. But that is for the Uttama Adhikari, whoever is purified mind, and whoever is ready, the intellect is ready. For them, that meditation is given. That is the, that's why that mantra, there is no form. But when we take up that Murti, Savita Devata, Gayatri Devata, that is 5 faces, 5-fold Gayatri, we saw meaning elaborately with 10 hands, holding 10 Aidhas, and then the Trinetram. That's how we can meditate. And then we saw different, all the gods have the Gayatris. Depends on which Gayatri, which is your Ishta Devata, you can chant that one and ask for, this is the prayer and mantra also together. That is why it is very powerful. They will bless us. They will come in that form and bless us. So basically, I'm not here to teach you the mantra. I gave you the essence of Gayatri and essence of what do we get when we chant, and all 5-fold faculty will be illumined and get inspired, and then we stay in the right path. Our devotion increases, our faith increases. All because all Devatas Swarupini, all the Devatas will bless us when we meditate on Gayatri Mata. And now I told you that story, Vishwamitra Rishi is the seer. Let me tell you, Vishwamitra Maharshi, Rishi, first he was a great king. That's why he's not a Rishi by then, in the first beginning. King means he'll have all the luxuries and a lot of soldiers, treasury, everything. One day he goes to the forest. What happens? He conquered everything, and then he did whatever he needed to do. Then he saw the hermitage, ashramam of Vasishta Maharshi. Then according to our Sanatana Dharma, whenever you see great people, you prostrate, you do salutations. Then he got down, the king, and then Vishwamitra king, and then prostrated to Vasishta Maharshi. And then Vasishta Maharshi was very happy. He asked Vishwamitra king to stay and have the hospitality. I will serve you the food. Then Vishwamitra said, I have so many people, almost 10,000 people. There is no way you can serve all of us. All of us are soldiers, very hungry. They eat a lot, and we will go home. But Vasishtha Maharshi said, no, I will do it. Then he went to a cow, that is a divine cow, that is Kamadhenu, and whispered into that Kamadhenu, that Gomata. Then within seconds, a whole room filled with delicious, beautiful, every kind of varieties of food. Chinese, Italian, Indian, whatever, Mexican, whatever you can think of, all the food with beautiful platters, everything is right there in seconds. Vishwamitra was, he was a king, he was astonished, he was stunned. What did he do? How did this happen? Then he asked Vasishtha Maharshi. He said, I have this divine cow. It gives me whatever I ask for and whatever I wish. Then Vishwamitra gets jealousy and ego and greed. He says, I am the king. That cow should be with me, not with you, because you are in the hermitage. You don't need anything. You are a sage. He tries to take that cow. Vasishtha Maharshi says, no, she is not. I'm not going to do anything. The divine cow will not come with you, that Kamadhenu. You cannot take with her. And then that cow becomes a multifold, 1,000, 10,000s, and fights with that all the soldiers. Vishwamitra feels very ashamed. He said, this Brahmarshi, connecting with the universe, connecting with the Parabrahma Paramatma, Balam, that strength is much more than Kshatriya Balam. He says, Dik Balam Kshatriya Balam, Brahma Balam Eva Balam. All these soldiers, kings, all this Samrajyam, all this is nothing in between, in front of this Brahma Bhavana, Brahmarshi Bhavana. So I'm going to do tapas. And he gave all his kingdom to his sons and goes for tapas. He did it. It comes in Purana, 10,000, so many years of tapas. And then that in between tapas, of course, that Indra, this is the second part of the story. He's not still Brahmarshi. Then he, Menaka comes and then he gets disturbed because he still has the Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Madamatsarya. Gets disturbed and comes out of that tapas. It's our story. We sit for meditation, we come out, we come for satsang and we drop out. We say, oh yeah, that's enough, and disturbances come. That's what happened to Vishwamitra Maharshi too. Then he says, no, I'm falling for this. I should not do this. He concentrates more. Then he does tapas more. Then what happens in this Trishanku, this obstacle, Trishanku comes. Trishanku is, he wanted to go to the heaven while alive with this body. But that is not permittable. You cannot go with this body because our body has restrictions. Then he goes to, that is his desire. It's an elaborate story, but I'm telling you in brief. Then he goes to Vasishtha Maharshi. Can you send me to Swargaloka? Vasishtha Maharshi says, no, I cannot. That is not permitted. You are not supposed to go. Then he goes to Vishwamitra Maharshi, says, can you send me to Swargaloka? He keeps quiet. Then he adds one word. What is that word? Vasishtha Maharshi said, no. Can you do it? Then again that Kama Krodha. When the enemy says, then it propels, right? When enemy said he cannot do, then we say, I have to do it, to prove myself. I got a chance. Let me do it. I will do it for you. Then with a little tapas, he was able to do, he goes up to halfway, up to the Swargaloka, then Swargaloka people, divine, people sends him down. And then he cannot come down or come up. Trishanku, that in between he stays upside down. This is an elaborate story. And he hangs on upside down in between, in the space. So that's why then Vishwamitra says, I'm going to create the whole world for you. That is why we say Trishanku Swarga, that name came. So then again, his tapas is ruined. He feels this is not it. I'm not able to conquer all this kama, krodha, lobha, moha, madamatsarya, my mind, my intellect. What should I do? Then he does tapas. Brahmaji appears in front of him. He says, go ahead and prostrate to Brahmarshi, Vasishta Maharshi. He's the only one who can bless you. Then he goes to Vasishta Maharshi. That time, he's talking to his wife, Arundhati Devi. He says, Vishwamitra Maharshi is a great sage, but he has that weakness, but he's doing great tapas. He's actually a Brahmarshi. He's listening to that. He feels so elevated. He felt so happy and he feels prostrate, salutates to Vasishta Maharshi. As soon as he touches that current, that energy, that vitality flows through Vishwamitra Maharshi, Gayatri Mata blesses him, and this mantra reveals to him. That is why he became Brahmarshi, Rajarshi to Brahmarshi. Then that is why this Rishi, that sage is the Rishi for, the seer for Gayatri mantra is Vishwamitra Maharshi. See how beautiful it is. Through sadhana, through purified mind and focused intellect, we can achieve anything. Continue our sadhana. Never feel rejected. Just keep doing, keep walking. That's what Gurudev says. Keep walking, it unfolds. Everything unfolds itself. That is the Name Bhakta Pranashyati, even Sri Krishna's word, promise. My devotee will never perishes. You know, Nahi Kalyana Krukkaschid Durgatim Tata Gachati. They will always attain Kalyanam, means auspiciousness, my devotees. They will never have any obstacles or Durgatis. They will be protected because Gayatri Mata is doing that. So always stay in the path. Always think about Mother. She will protect us. She will bless us. Make sure we are in the right path, right time, right. That is what Sandhya. Everything comes at the right time, right place. So that with that, we saw Gayatri Mata, and I'm going to conclude the 420th Namam Gayatri. We'll take up more from next week. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
Hari Om. Thank you.